Hey, today's the day you get to use auto scheduling, and honestly, we could not be more excited because this has been the #1 thing people have been asking from us since we started soon. So let's dive right in. What you see here is a board with events, and of course, the goal is to add people to those events. Now, you will see a new button here in the bottom that you can click to start the process. We'll go through it once and then we'll dive into some more details. So just follow along. We go to the next step. Here we select the events and then the people to consider for those events, and finally the constraints. So those are the rules we tell the auto scheduler to keep in mind when making the perfect schedule for us. So turn things on and off to whatever makes sense, and then start the solver. You will see it will only take a few seconds to make it. And as you can see, there were 74 shifts to fill. So now we have done that and we can review it. Now, you can accept if you just want this, if you like it, or you can decline if you want to start over, or if you think you know better, or just want to make some changes by yourself, you can also do that in this step. So for now, let's decline it. All right, let's get into some details. So the first thing you need to know is that in order to tell the auto scheduler how many people we need on each shift, you go here and you set the required seats. So this is the number of people we need at these times and on this day and with this role. So you can use the roles, or if you don't use a role, then it means anyone can be considered for this particular shift. So that's important to know. Otherwise, the auto scheduler doesn't know how many people we need, when and where. Now the next thing, of course, is that we do have enough people. So check here under settings and add more users if you need more people on this board. You will also notice in the steps. So if we go through the details and you're here at the point where you start selecting people, if you only see yourself, then go to settings and add more people to your board. All right, so what you can do is also schedule not just 1 week, but you can go many weeks, months even, and you can then decide like, okay, this is the whole period. When you do this, week templates are your best friend. So make a week template of what you have and maybe adjust the required people if it fluctuates week by week. But as you can see, it's just with one click, I can easily roll out many weeks in one go. Getting back to this, we will be adding more optimization goals as we go along. So for now, it's just to fill the schedule, but we will be releasing cost optimization and some other cool things in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that. In this step, as you already saw, you can also, when you have the entire schedule, but you only want to schedule a portion of it, you can deselect things and just say, okay, I only want to fill out these shifts right now, just so you know that's possible. And the same is for the people. So if you don't want your whole team or everyone on this board, you can select certain people who you want to schedule. So I hope that makes sense. And finally, if we go over the constraints, you will notice here if something is missing, because the auto scheduler will need some more information for it to work, as we saw with the events. So for instance, for this particular rule, the maximum number of working hours, we need to know how many hours someone can be working. So if something is missing, we'll also check and let you know. So here you can see like, hey, actually, if we want to use this rule, we do need to set a value here. So you'll get this notification if you need to set something there. So just do so, and yeah, do that for everyone. And of course, you can also do this if you go to the users page. So you just go here, users, and then you can set this for your whole team. Just go through it. You do it once basically, and then yeah, you can use it forever. Same goes for the working days. Make sure that is all correct. And what you can also do here is, if you don't want to set this for everyone, or if it doesn't matter, then what you can just do is turn off this particular constraint. So for instance, the maximum working hours monthly, we don't have that value, just turn it off and then it will work. Yeah, all the other constraints, I hope they kind of make sense. You can just read it, and we designed it in a way that from the first moment that you use the auto scheduler, it should make sense. If there's someone new on your team, it should make sense. If it doesn't, just reach out to us. You know where to find us. Ask us a question. We'll reply to you as soon as we can. And we will also be adding more constraints in the future. And that's it. Hope it all makes sense. We are very excited to hear your thoughts and feedback. If you have more constraints that you want, let us know. We are here for you, and happy scheduling.